Joe, how was that experience for you, bud?
It was a blast, man. Got the shakes a little bit coming out of the bullpen. It's been a while since I've had that kind of, that style of preparation, but I just went out there, tried to throw as hard as I could.
Did it live up to everything you thought it might be?
Yeah, it was fast, man. I mean, you're in and out of there so quick. I don't really have time to sit there and soak it all in, but I'm sure as the night goes on, I get to see my family and some of their reactions and, their excitement. It'll probably all settle in a little more then.
Scoreless inning in an all-star game is pretty memorable.
Yeah, it's a good start. Got a couple punch-outs. I was hoping to get at least one, so yeah, it was a good
Joe, on that one pitch to Shohei, you wanted it right there on the inner half, and
yeah.
then the next pitch you walked and you got squeezed on that one, or what?
I don't know if it was close or not, but I wanted to throw him another fastball. I really wanted to try and just run the gun up a little bit and see what I can get and maybe blow him away with a fastball. But, yeah, I mean, can't take the walk back, I guess, but no run scored. I'm all right with it.
What did you learn? What will you take away from this experience this evening that will make you even better now?
Yeah, just the conversations that I've had over the last couple of days here, especially with some of these starting pitchers. Getting to learn some of their routines and some of the things that they've done to stay healthy. The process of how they develop their pitches, how they game plan, what they look at when they're looking at a lineup of 9, and how they're going to put their pieces together to take to war. So. Those are the most valuable things, I think, but the memories are things that, you never forget. The parties, the experiences, all the bright lights. It's been a lot of fun.
But on the field, don't get too high or too low.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always said it. I think there's the right amount of humility, the right amount of respect for the game, and the right amount of confidence that you got to have. So it's a fine line to walk to try and balance all three of those, but, there is a line that you should have. So.
What's it like when you're facing a lineup and you really can't even take a pitch off? There's just hit around.
We were laughing talking about that, about who you're going to get, the 1, 2, 3 or the 7, 8, 9. I was like, it doesn't really matter who you get. Everyone's the 3, 4, 5 in this lineup. It's all stars. So I'm glad I got a chance to face some of the bigger names, the Ohtani and Judge, and it was exciting for me.
Was it cool to have Manny back there behind you too?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and got to throw to Wilson. I know there's been talks about him, with San Diego possibly, so it was cool to get to throw to him a little bit. Played against him a ton in my career, so nice to have him behind the dish for once.
Manny, what do you think of the way Joe pitched?
It was awesome. It was awesome seeing him out there, hometown kid, just from down the street, and to go out there and get 2 punchies was huge, and to be playing the field with him as well and share that moment was even more special.
I know you knew it was coming, but the reception that you get here when you're
they love me. They love me, and it was great.
You embrace that, Manny?
Embrace what?
Like the boos of respect.
Just go out there and play baseball. I mean, a lot of greats have gone out there and played the game. So you come to a city that there's a rival right up the street. That's just the beauty of baseball. That's why we love this game. That's why we play this game. And that's what you get when you go on a away team. So it's just fun. It's fun to watch, fun to play, and it's a great stadium to play at.
Manny, it wasn't a long time ago the Padres were struggling to get any All-Stars to an All-Star game. Now they have 3, and you kind of helped start that wave. I'm curious how much pride you take in kind of helping San Diego flip the page there.
Yeah, we had talent there, and we continue to do it. And as soon as we continue to win games, I think it's going to be more and more known, across the country. So, we got a great squad out there. I think, we have multiple All-Stars that should have been there, but. It's always fun to come here and represent the organization, and to have 3 come here and represent San Diego just makes it that much better.
A lot of times when you talk to players, they talk about the experience and what they have learned from this experience and from other players like you. What did you learn from your experience?
Just being around the other guys. I mean, I think that's the coolest thing about the All-Star game. You get to see, everybody's personality. Everyone's different, so you get to see them how. You're not seeing the competitiveness against them when they're on the opposite side. You get to see them being human and being baseball players. So I think that's the biggest thing every time you step into this clubhouse. You see all those All-Stars around, and you see them, how they work and how they go about their business to get ready for a game.
What were your feelings on when you look at all the players that are here and some of the players that stood out that the team kind of rallied around?
Yeah. It's always a special moment, especially being here with all those All-Stars and the people that were here this year. I think it just made it that much more special, especially in a special place like this, Dodger Stadium, especially the Jackie Robinson stuff. And it's just an overall great experience. And I think everyone is going to come out of here with their head high and with a smile on their face.
And when a lot of players talk about the Jackie Robinson experience, they talk about how emotional it was for them.
For sure.
What about you?
For sure. I mean, the reason why we're playing baseball now is because of him. And you know, we pay respects to him and his family and for everything he did for us. You know, to be here today. So, how much cooler is it to be playing here in Dodger Stadium, where you know, we're obviously he was in Brooklyn, but you know, he played here and he started this for everyone. So. It was just I bet that, you know, I think it was very extra special for everyone.
Just hanging out at somebody's locker and just talking shop and just, you know, stories and just listening to guys talk about their game and learning from those guys.
For Joe to kind of do what he did in his first one, what does that say about him?
Yeah, that was awesome. I had it on video, so I'm sure he's got them, and yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I saw you celebrate a little bit when Joe struck out Judge. What was that like?
Yeah, if you look in the video, he's looking over in the dugout. I was telling him to throw a slider, so threw a slider and struck him out.
That was your call?
Kind of, yeah.
Did you
I
see
guess.
it?
Yeah, he's looking at me. It was awesome.
Hey, Jake, it wasn't a long time ago the Padres were struggling to even get guys to the All-Star game. Now you guys have 3 representatives, big-time names. How cool is that to see that kind of page turnover?
Yeah, it's really awesome, and I think hopefully in the coming years we can get more and more guys here. You know, I think the bigger the group of the guys you can get here, the funner it will be.
And I apologize if you already answered this, but how cool was it to see Manny and Joe out there?
Yeah, I mean, I was videoing Manny's at-bats and videoing Joe. You know, it's awesome. We're like a family, and coming here with those guys is the best.
You were actually in the dugout videoing?
Yeah.
With that GoPro?
No, I have my phone.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Is there anybody here this couple of days that you didn't know, that you got to know better, that, you know, kind of impressed you or anything like that?
You know, we've all crossed paths at some point in our careers, and even if it's just for 5 minutes and you get to say hi to a guy that you played back in high school or in college or whatever. Like Schwarber and I played against each other in college, and you know, this is the second time we've done this, so it's pretty cool. We've gone back-to-back years together, and you see some familiar faces, and it's just awesome to be around them.
Obviously, it was a little bit of a tougher stretch coming into the All-Star break for your team. After this break, in your eyes, what do you want the mindset of this team to be going into late July, August, September?
Yeah, you know, I think the mindset of the team has always been good. You know, Bob's got the motto, take it day by day, and I think if we can get back to that and, you know, playing baseball like we were those first couple months, I think we'll be in a good spot.
How do you kind of sum up the whole All-Star experience this year?
It's been wonderful. Being at home, doing an All-Star game is, you know, I think everyone that plays Major League Baseball wants to do that at one point in their career, and to be able to do that my first year at the Dodgers, getting the Freddie chance maybe, that was special.
What would you like to see Kershaw out there for the first time?
As a baseball fan, that was what I think we all came for. Him, Albert, and Miguel, those are the reasons I think that I was here and most excited about. Clayton Kershaw, Hall of Famer, gets to pitch in his own stadium in front of a fan base that has cheered him on since he was a kid. That is, I think everybody was looking forward to that, and he didn't disappoint.
How different is it going to the plate when you're at home in one of these games?
It was, I mean, you're excited, but for some reason I was calm up there. I don't know if it's because I knew I wasn't going to be able to see the ball with the shadows. But no, pretty calm, and then when they started chanting the name, I started to get a smile on my face. So it's just, these are, like, we all do this for memories, and these are memories that we're going to have forever. So having my name chant in Dodger Stadium at an All-Star game, I don't think it can get much better than that.
Did you tell Brian and Dave that you just wanted one AB?
No, we have a lot of first basemen. Brian and Walt Weiss are kind of frantically trying to get everybody into that game, and I think they're doing a good job. But yeah, Paul said he was good with whatever. To get me one AB and then get Pete and CJ into the games, Albert needed to get in. So there's a lot of shuffling going on. So I think one was all we're trying to get in for everybody to be able to play in the game.
Freddie, when Albert and Mickey get set to retire, are you now the elder statesman of the game? And if so,
only 32. Jeez. I still, hopefully I got a few more years to go, but what Albert has done, I think Miguel's still going, so what Albert's been able to do, he talked to us in the clubhouse before the game. 22 years he's been doing this, and to go out there and put on a show like he did in Home Run Derby yesterday, he's represented this game with the highest of class, all the teams he's played for. I mean, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's the greatest right-handed hitter of our generation, in my opinion. So, just been special to be able to share the clubhouse with him the last couple of days.
How would you describe your experience this weekend today?
It's been amazing. I've loved it. Got to share it with my family, compete out there, watch that home run derby yesterday. So it's just been a great couple days.
You have such a huge first half. What was it like to just continue that with the home run at the All-Star game?
Oh, that was nice. That was fun. And, you want to go out there and play well. And it was nice to be able to hit that homer as my first one in an All-Star game. So it was pretty cool.
What were you looking for against McClanahan?
Just, trying to get something middle of the plate, hit hard. I said it out there. I think we faced him earlier and had popped up a couple balls, and so I just was trying to get on top of one a little bit more and, didn't want to miss it.
A lot of times when you talk to players at an All-Star game, they talk about, in their conversations with others, some of the things that they pick up and that they learn. What about you this time?
Yeah, I mean, more it's just been getting to know guys. We've obviously talked baseball and stuff like that, but it's just been fun to get to know everyone on a personal level. A lot of guys you're competing against and to be on the same team, and I mean, that's one of my favorite parts.
Goldie, what was it like sharing this with Albert as well, your teammate?
It was amazing. It was so cool yesterday what all the players and fans, everyone did, and for him to go out there and perform well in that home run derby. He's been a great role model for all of us, and that was really cool for him to get to soak it all in yesterday.
I think he gave like a pregame pep talk to him in the clubhouse. Was supposed to to be part of that.
So I mean, it's just an honor to play with him and to get to see this and be part of this. And I've been fortunate to be part of some All-Star games with some other greats like Jeter, Rivera, now Cabrera and Albert. So it's really special, and memories I'll have for a lifetime.
What about trying to snap that long skid the NL has had winning this game?
Yeah, we're going to need some runs. So let's, we want to win. So hopefully we can get some runs here in the last few innings and get a win.
Paul, you're such a process guy during the regular season. How do you approach games like these? You've been enough of them now.
Oh, well, yesterday was like an off day, so I knew I wasn't going to do anything. But today when I showed up, it was a lot more, let me get my routine and, move your body around, get ready to hit in the cage, and get ready for the game. So today's definitely a lot more serious. But, once I came out of the game, then you can enjoy it a little bit more.
All-Star homer, how significant is that for you?
It was cool. It was a lot of fun. I hadn't been able to do that before. I wanted to play well and try to help us win. Hopefully, we can get some runs. So this is a cool moment, running around those bases and getting to do that, and something I hadn't done before.
Were you expecting the pickoff throw in the first?
I knew Clayton had a good one. I think he's picked me off once, and I didn't think he'd pick off, but I did see when he started to pick off, Ohtani kind of get off, and I'd seen it before, so I had to kind of recognize it a little earlier and knew we had a chance. I mean, that's cool to be part of that too. Happy for Clayton. I mean, he's been a Hall of Fame pitcher his whole career to start his first All-Star game here in LA, and Ohtani, one of the iconic players around the world for those guys to do that and lead off and honestly pick off to be part of that. It's fun to play defense behind those guys that normally are trying to get you out. So it's something I've enjoyed to get to play defense, with whether it's the shortstops or the pitchers and all these guys that you don't get to play with. So that was another cool moment there in the first inning, and just very thankful to be part of it.
You've been in these before, but just to spend some time, be on the field, the game's great.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to do that. Right in my face. It's awesome. I love it. So it's a lot of fun and great memories.
Paul, do you have any exchange with Ohtani after the pickoff?
Nah, I think he was laughing. I just kind of walked off, and I don't think we really talked about it. No, we definitely didn't talk about it.
When we talk to pitchers at the All-Star, they do talk about kind of maybe letting one go, see if they can get some of the guys who throw hard, see how hard they can throw. For a hitter, do you break from your approach at all? Ohtani walks up there saying first pitch, first swing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he was serious about that. That was pretty cool. Clayton threw him a fastball, so just kind of see what you can do. And I mean, as far as me, I don't really want to try to do anything different. And luckily today was able to get that home run.
Well, you've always hit really well at this park. What is it you like about hitting here?
I don't know. I mean, you can't really explain stuff like that. So I've had some good series. I've also had some bad ones. Their pitchers are really good, but I was thinking stepping in the box was a little bit more normal than when some of the AL stadiums and playing here so much with Arizona. I definitely felt a little bit more comfortable, like more of a normal game, even though it had to be in the other dugout. But stepping in there was something I'd seen a lot, so maybe that helped.
This experience live up to your expectations?
Yeah, for sure. First inning was awesome with Clayton Kershaw out there and pitching and getting a couple strikeouts and hitting a pick off of Ohtani, which is pretty funny. But yeah, it was cool. It was a lot to take in. I thought the fans were unbelievable. The flyover was cool, and it was just a great atmosphere.
Learn some things that will help you become even a better player from some of the other guys?
Oh, not really. Not in the sense of, maybe mechanical or baseball, but it's fun just talking to these guys and getting to know them a little bit more and seeing old friends and, getting a chance to watch them play and do their thing and face the guys on the other side too. There's some guys that you don't get to see play often in the AL, so I get a chance to see those guys, and it's just fun, competing with all of them.
Trea, do you have one favorite memory that you'll always remember from this game?
Oh yeah, getting that hit. This is my first hit, so it was nice to sneak one in there. And you try not to worry about how you play in these games for the most part. You just try to enjoy it. But that hit was pretty cool.
What was it like for you playing with Clayton Kershaw?
Yeah, it was. Played with a lot of good pitchers in my career, and he's right up there, and he's still going. Great first inning for him. The crowd went crazy for him. It was just kind of special all around.
Ohtani kind of called a shot swinging first base.
Yeah.
Clayton picks him off. Is call that a draw?
Yeah, I mean, I think Clayton will give up a broken bat single any day as opposed to hitting homers or something like that. But I asked him why he didn't throw a curveball. He basically said he was going to swing first pitch, but Clayton said, "No, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm gonna challenge him." So that's who he is, and it was a good matchup. It was fun to see.
What can you tell us about how the Rachel Robinson thing came together with Mookie?
Yeah, it was beautiful. And give Mookie a lot of respect. I know he was probably a little nervous for it, but especially following up a great speech from Denzel. But he did a great job. I think it was put on really well by the Dodgers and MLB. They think they did a good job, incorporating a lot of things today. And I know she's really special this game, and so is Jackie. So, just everything they did today, I think was pretty cool. For that, yeah, I don't know about baseball. I doubt baseball, but for speeches, I think all of us get a little nervous in front of 50,000 people and millions watching on TV. So
it was slightly different than last year. So each All-Star game kind of has their own little quirks, but yeah, it was awesome. It's it's been an exciting game so far, and you're just getting around to getting to be around these guys and talk to them, and guys having great first tests. It's just it's a really good experience.
What do you think your favorite memory of this week will be?
This, by far the top is going to be getting to walk the red carpet with my son this morning. It's his first All-Star game, and him being 4.5 months old. One of these days he'll get to look back and see how cool it was.
Any pitching performances that you were particularly impressed by today?
I mean, there's been a ton. Obviously, you start with Kershaw having a clean first. Sandy was impressive. Manoah was impressive. So there's guys throwing the ball out there.
Thanks, Corbin.